time is it? It's time for Beavers baseball. The new home for the Beavers, Stones Radio Network, proudly presents ARC Baseball.
The 1-1 is hit sharply down to third. Ochoa on a big hop, takes his time, gets it across the diamond, and gets Harry Owen by a step. Nice play by Nick Ochoa.
It's that time again. The crack of the bat, the sound of gloves popping, the smell of freshly cut grass, and the roar of the crowd. So are you ready? Because it's time for Beavers baseball.
Line drive, right field. It's down in front of the right fielder out there, or for a base hit. So second hit of the game for the Beavers is a line drive by Michael Grijalva.
Now let's send it back to the booth in Phantom to get you ready for today's action right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Well, hello and welcome to Beaver Field for another exciting afternoon of American River College baseball, along with my broadcast partner, Stones McCoy. I am Mark the Phantom Lowe, and today we bring you the second of a three-game Big 8 conference series as the Beavers are hosting the second-place San Joaquin Delta College Mustangs. The Mustangs won Game 1 on Tuesday, and they sit just one game behind league leader Folsom Lake College, so they can't afford a slip-up against an American River College team still looking for that elusive second conference win. Let's start off with a look at today's starting lineups. We'll go to the visiting Mustangs first. They'll lead off with Cordell Brown, the shortstop. Then Nico Regino, the right fielder. He bats second. Kieran Davis is the first baseman, hitting third. Josh Pernetti is the DH, batting in the cleanup spot. Cole Santander, the catcher, hits fifth. Zach Meddings is the third baseman. He'll bat sixth. Then Jack Tomlinson, the left fielder. Brendan O'Sullivan batting eighth at second base. And Kenny DeSalle, the center fielder, is batting ninth. Seth Tomczak is the pitcher today for the Mustangs. He's 5-2 with a 3.23 ERA on the season. Moving over to the hometown Beavers, Kevin Taylor leads things off. He's at shortstop. Then Dominic Ott, the center fielder, batting second. Alejandro Bello is the DH today, batting in the number 3 spot. Bryce Seidler, the cleanup man, playing first base. Josiah Taylor's out in right field. He'll hit fifth. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Michael Grijalva. Then Blake Uyama, the second baseman. Drake Rossi, the catcher, bats eighth. And the ninth hitter is Nick Ochoa, the third baseman. Tyler Quintanilla, 3-4 with a 3.53 ERA, takes the mound for the Beavers. So we're ready to go here from Beaver Field. We'll have the first pitch coming up right after this on the Stones Radio Networks.
Back with your play-by-play is Phantom right here on Stones Radio Networks.
And welcome back to Beaver Field for more Big 8 conference action. Today's game between San Joaquin Delta College, the Mustangs, taking on our American River College Beavers, and Tyler Quintanilla on the mound for the Beavers. He's the ace at 3-4 with a 3.53 ERA, and he is facing a Mustang lineup that is formidable to say the least. 6 of their 9 hitters are in the top 20 in the Big 8 conference in batting average. One of the other ones, Jack Tomlinson, is 4th in home runs, and one of the other ones, Cordell Brown, leads the league in stolen bases. So the number 9 guy, Kenny DeSalle, is the only guy who's not in those characteristics or categories, and he's hitting 308 himself from the number 9 spot. So a very tough lineup for Tyler Quintanilla. It starts off with Cordell Brown, the shortstop, then Nico Regino, the right fielder, and Kieran Davis, the third baseman, or the first baseman, batting third here in the top of the first. And we're ready to get going as Nico steps in. Cordell steps in, the shortstop, out of Elk Grove High School, Elk Grove, California. Left-hander against the right-hander, Tyler Quintanilla from Summit Shasta High up in Shasta, California. First pitch is outside for a ball, and we're underway. 2:33 first pitch. 1 ball, no strikes on Brown. He's hitting .309, 2 home runs, 20 batted in, and 22 stolen bases. Puts him atop the conference. Here's the 1-0 from Tyler. It is outside again for a ball. 2-0 on Cordell Brown. San Joaquin Delta, a critical game for them. Every game critical the rest of the season. They are 14-5. They trail Folsom Lake College by a single game for first place in the conference. 2-0 pitch. Cordell takes down low for a ball. First 2 teams make the playoffs automatically, or actually advance to the NorCal playoffs, and then there are open spots at large berths to be gotten. Hopefully, for the Big 8 Conference, they grab a couple of those. 3-0 pitch to Cordell Brown. It's in there for a strike. Santa Rosa, Modesto, Cosumnes River, all teams that are trying to finish in the top 4 or 5 in the conference and get the leg up on one of those at-large bids. Here's the 3-1. Cordell Brown lines it into center field. Dominic Ott moves to his right a little bit, reaches up and makes the catch for the out. So 1 away. Brown hits it sharply, but right to center field. And Nico Regino, the right fielder, comes to the plate. Nico,
24, right fielder Nico Regino.
Out of Elk Grove also, but Franklin High School. Right-handed hitter, hitting .340 on the season. 2 home runs. He's driven in 25. He sits at 16th in the conference at .340. A very powerful conference. First one is a ball, 1-0. Zach Meddings will be up 6th today for the Mustangs. Their leading hitter at .360. He's just 9th in the conference at .360, so that gives you an idea of the strength. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Nico hits one high in the air to Dominic Ott. Backs up just a little bit. Now he's under it. Reaches up and makes the catch. So 2 flies to center, 2 outs for the Mustangs here in the top of the first. That'll bring up Kieran Davis, the first baseman. Kieran at .330 has 3 home runs, 29 runs batted in. He's out of Tracy, California, Tracy High School. Right-handed hitter stepping in. 2 outs here, top of the first. Quintanilla got behind Cordell Brown, 3-0, came back, got him to line out to center field, then a fly ball by Regino. And here is Kieran Davis with Josh Pernetti, the DH. He is on deck. Tyler throws that one in the dirt. Drake Rossi knocks it down. Let's go over that defensive alignment since I forgot to do that. Drake Rossi is behind the plate. Nick Ochoa over at third. Kevin Taylor at short. Blake Uyama at second base. Bryce Seiler taking over at first. Josiah Taylor's in right. Dominic Ott in center, and Michael Grialva out in left field. Hit well to left field. Grialva moving back. Still moving back. Looks like he's got a beat on it. Makes the catch right in front of the warning track. So, well hit ball by Davis, but he is retired. 1, 2, 3 in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. The Beavers coming to bat with no score.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Back here for the bottom of the first, Seth Tomczak, the right-hander out of Jackson, California, Argonaut High School. He's taking the mound for the Mustangs. He'll face Kevin Taylor, Dominic Ott, and Alejandro Bello, the first three for the Beavers here in the bottom of the inning. Tomczak 5-2 with a 3.23 ERA. Big right-hander at 6'5", finishing up the warm-up tosses to take on the American River College Beavers here today. Mentioned the standings. Folsom Lake College at 15-4, San Joaquin Delta 14-5. Cosumnes is 13-9, so they made a nice push. Santa Rosa sits at 11-8. Modesto is 10-11. The Pirates come in here for 2 out of the 3 next week in their season-ending series against the Beavers. Then Sac City at 9-10. Diablo Valley is 8-12. Sierra, the late push, they are 7-11, and then American River at 1-18. And they'll try to get win number 2. Started off with Kevin Taylor, hitting at 236 is Mr. Taylor out of Westlake High School. He's a sophomore, a right-handed hitter against the right-hander Tomczak from the windup. First pitch is right down the middle with a little bit of gusto on it for a strike. 0-1 on Kevin. Taking over shortstop today for the Beavers. Here's the 0-1 from Tomczak. Swing and a miss on another fastball. 0-2. Good cut by Taylor. Just a little behind that one. And he sits in the hole here at 0-2. Next Tuesday, we're back to open that season-ending series. Modesto is in town. 2 teams play Modesto on Thursday, then back here on Friday. That's fouled out back to the screen by Kevin Taylor, so it's still 0-2. So 3 next week against Modesto completes the season. Now there is a game, I believe it's tomorrow. No, it would be tomorrow down in Stockton to finish off this series. 0-2. Here's Tomczak's next pitch. Breaking ball in there, call strike 3. So Taylor is down on strikes, 1 away, and that brings up Dominic Ott. Dominic at 267 for the Beavers, a home run and 7 batted in. Defensively, Jack Tomlinson's in left. Kenny DeSalle in center, Nico Regino in right for the Mustangs. Third is Zach Meddings. Cordell Brown at short, Brendan O'Sullivan at second, Kieran Davis over at first. Behind the plate, Cole Santander. And on the mound is Seth Tomczak, who has a strikeout of Kevin Taylor. And here's Ott. Dominic coming to us from Wood Creek High School. He is a freshman. Fouls that one back to the screen, so it's 0-1 on Dominic. Playing center field today. Ball's 1 strike on Ott. Relatively pleasant day. Not too bad of a breeze out here. A little chilly. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball is fouled right at the dugout. Actually right at the guy on the edge of the dugout who's keeping score for the Mustangs. He gives Dominic a very stern look. 0-2 on Dominic Ott. Alejandro Bello, the DH, is on deck. We're in the bottom of the first. Just getting started. No score. 3 fly balls for the Mustangs in the top of the inning from Tyler Quintanilla. And Seth Tomczak got a strikeout of Taylor to start off the bottom of the first. Big right-hander from the windup, the 0-2. Swung on and missed on a high fastball. So looking strong early is Seth Tomczak. He'll have to face Alejandro Bello now, the DH from Vanden High School. Alejandro at 293. He's been up there around the 300 mark all season long for the Beavers. Playing second base and mostly DHing in the games that we've done. The right-handed hitter with the open stance steps in against Tomczak, who is 2 for 2 as far as strikeouts is concerned. That's chopped back to him. I think it might have been off Alejandro's foot, though, and the way he's limping, I think he's right. At least he's selling it pretty well. He's fooled all the umpires. So I think he was telling the truth. 0-1. Bryce Seidler on deck. Oh and 1. That's in the dirt for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bello. If he can get something going here, Bryce Seiler will follow the number 4 hitter. Josiah Taylor 5, Michael Grialba hitting 6th. Then Blake Uyama, Drake Rossi, and Nick Ochoa. That's the lineup for the Beavers today. Bello settled in for the 1-1 pitch. It's a fastball, but it's down, and it's outside. So it's 2-1 on Alejandro Bello. Unfortunately, couldn't get a Coach J show together today, but wanted to talk to him, and we'll do so next week when we do the Coach J show about just the way that the season has shaped up with so many injuries. He was talking to us after the last game, the resumption of the suspended game. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Chop back to the mound again, but that is also foul. So we're going to go 2-2 now. Talking about how he really hasn't gotten his lineup together, and his pitching staff has been about half strength because of what he had at the beginning of the season, and then injuries has thinned it out considerably. So just a tough season from that standpoint. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Bello. Seth Tomczak out of Argonaut High into the windup. Swing and a miss, got him on strikes. So at the end of 1, we've got San Joaquin Delta nothing and American River College nothing on the Stones Radio Network.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Top of the second, 0-0 here. Beavers and San Joaquin Mustangs. Josh Pernetti, Cole Santander, and Zach Meddings, the first 3 hitters for the Mustangs here in the top of the second against Tyler Quintanilla, who got 3 fly balls to retire the side in the first. Pernetti, the DH, hitting at .354. He's at a Ceres, California, in Ceres High School. He is 12th in the league in hitting at .354 with a home run. He's driven in 14. Left-handed hitter against the right-hander Quintanilla. First pitch is swung and fouled back to the screen off the glove of Drake Rossi. 0-1 on Josh Pernetti. 6'1". He's a freshman. Hitting, as we said, .354. One of 6 Mustangs in the top 18 in the standings as far as hitting is concerned. Next pitch is lined into left center field. That's a base hit. Moving over is Dominic Ott. He's going to try to cut it off, and he does. He will hold Pernetti to a single. So first hit of the ball game was a Josh Pernetti single. And that'll bring up Cole Santander, the catcher. Cole at .351, 4 home runs, 33 batted in. He's out of Petaluma, California, Casa Grande High School. A lot of the guys from, or a couple of guys from Santa Rosa go to the same high school. Cole is a freshman. .351, 4 home runs, 33 batted in. Pernetti leads over at first base, a short lead. Quintanilla to the plate. Santander takes in the dirt, blocked by Rossi. 1 ball, no strikes on Cole Santander with Zach Meddings to follow. Mustangs won on Tuesday an 11-1 score to improve their conference record to 14-5. They are 25-9 overall on the season with a season-ending series against Santa Rosa next week. Here's the 1-0. Big breaking ball stays high. 2-0 on Cole Santander. Taking his time, stepping out of the box, looking down at the base coach. As Pernetti leads off at first base. A little bit of breeze, not too much breeze, not knocking the ball down too much. That's high, ball 3, so very high. Outfield for Santander. Three 0 pitches in there for a strike. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Team batting average of .316 for the Mustangs. They've hit 33 home runs on the season. 3-1. Santander has hit 4 of them. 3-1 pitch. Inside, it might have hit him, might have hit the bat. I think it hit the batter. So it's a hit by pitch. Moving down to second is Pernetti. And that'll bring up Zach Meddings, who's hitting at a .360 clip. He is number 9 in the Big 8 Conference. Zach with 3 home runs, and he's driven in 31. He's out of Elk Grove, also Franklin High School. He's up here with 2 on and nobody out in the second. Jack Tomlinson moving on to the on-deck circle. Squares to bunt. The pitch is very high. And Tyler Quintanilla kind of turning his back to home plate, kind of frustrated with himself. And if you're watching on the camera, you're noticing we're not having a solar eclipse or anything. We're having cloud covers coming in and backing off, and we're having kind of changing the lighting out here, pitch by pitch. Kind of an added attraction. 1-0. Meddings does not square, swings and pops it up, but it's out of play behind us. Little guy in front of us called for it and did not make the play, so disappointing. 1 ball and 1 strike. So showed to bunt the first pitch, did not show at that pitch, and swung away. Now he shows bunt again, and it's high again, so it's 2-1 on Zach Meddings with Tomlinson to follow. Tomlinson with 7 home runs is 4th in the league. Two balls, 1 strike. Pernetti at second, Santander over at first. Nobody out here in the second. 2-1 pitch shows bunt. He bunts it foul. Out of play, and I think it was the ball was right at him, and he was kind of protecting himself, and he bunted it back to the screen. Would have been ball 3, but he couldn't get out of the way of it. So it's 2-2 break for Quintanilla and the Beavers, and assuming that Meddings now will be swinging away. But first, we're going to have a meeting at the mound here as the pitching coach is coming out. Tyler kind of frustrated with himself, and I think maybe the coach sees something, so he's going to go out and have a word, bring everybody together. And we're going to step away for just a second. Right now, top of the second, 0-0 from Beaver Field.
Now back to baseball right here on Stones Radio Networks.
So the meeting was very short, so we'll see if it's fruitful as stepping back in is Zach Meddings. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 on, nobody out here in the second. Quintanilla mostly listened during that meeting. He did not too much talking from what we could tell from this vantage point. And now he's ready to go 2-2. Breaking ball, call strike 3, inside corner. Beautiful pitch. Meddings knew it right away. Started walking back to the dugout. And here comes Jack Tomlinson. 7 home runs for Jack Tomlinson.
Left fielder Jack Tomlinson.
Out of Christopher High School in Gilroy, California, listed at 6 feet. Left-handed hitter. driven in 25, hitting at 282. Big strikeout right there, but now Coach Anello has to move on to another tough hitter, the left-hand hitting Tomlinson. He shows bunt, and that one is high. 1-0. Brendan O'Sullivan, the second baseman, to follow. Bernetti down at second. He's single, moved over on Santander, who was hit by a pitch. He is down at first, is Cole Santander. A strikeout of Meddings, and now Tomlinson at the plate. Breaking ball gets away, and they're going to move up the runner. So it didn't look like a wild pitch. Looked like Rossi just couldn't get a grasp on it. Going to second is Santander. Down to third now, Pernetti. So both in scoring position for a Tomlinson, who's got the 25 runs batted in. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. Might have been a cross-up right there because it didn't look like it would be. It was an inside pitch, but not excessively so. Fastball's down low. 3-0 on Tomlinson. O'Sullivan to follow. From the stretch, here is the pitch. Hit sharply down to first. Seiler blocks it with his chest. He picks it up. He's going to step on the bag. A fine play by Bryce Seiler. A run will score. And moving over to third is Santander. RBI for Tomlinson. Bryce Seiler just had to get down in front of that one. It took the hop, got him right in the chest, and he kind of collected himself, went and got it, and now he's walking out to right field just to kind of think things over. But a big play right there. That's a tough play on a hard-hit ball. He got right in front of it, knocked it down, and made the play. 2 outs. Over to third is Santander, and here is Brendan O'Sullivan, excuse me.
Second baseman, Brendan O'Sullivan.
Brendan coming to us out of Pleasanton, California, Amador Valley High School. He steps in with an average of .330, a home run and 15 batted in. That was RBI number 26 for Jack Tomlinson. First pitch is hit well to left field. Grijalva's on a move. He's still going. He's not going to get it. It's going to hit over his head, go all the way to the wall, and motoring into second with an RBI double is Brendan O'Sullivan, and it's 2-0 in favor of the Mustangs. So just got totally on top of that first pitch and drilled it to left field. Grijalva with no chance, just had to go play the carom and got it in as quickly as he could, but O'Sullivan easily in at second. That'll bring up Kenny DeSell, the center fielder. Kenny at .308 on the season, 18 runs batted in out of Vacaville High School. Ran in him during the summer when he played against the Potters. O'Sullivan at second. That pitch is down low for a ball. 1-0 on DeSell. Top of the order, Cordell Brown on deck. A single, a hit by pitch, an infield out, and then a double. And 2 runs are in for the Mustangs. 1 ball, no strikes. Pop up. Coming down is the third baseman. Now the catcher is calling for it. Rossi is calling for it and makes the play. A fine play by Rossi to retire Kenny DeSell. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 left. At the end of an inning and a half, it's the Mustangs 2, the Beavers nothing.
Back on the call, here's Mark Phantom Low.
Getting ready for the bottom of the second here. The Mustangs scoring 2 in the top of the inning. They'll send up, the Beavers will send up Bryce Seidler, then Josiah Taylor and Michael Grialva against Seth Tomczak, who came out with 3 strikeouts in the bottom of the first inning. So Beavers trying to put the ball in play. Teams are going to finish up this series tomorrow down in Stockton. It'll be a 1 o'clock first pitch. And next Tuesday, it's Modesto coming to town for 2:30, and they will conclude the series and the season on Friday, the 29th, with another 2:30 start. So here's Seidler, 279 on the season, 16 runs batted in. Big right-hander, 6'5", Seth Tomczak. It is down low for a ball. Big race for the RBI title for the Beavers this year. Seidler has 16, Josiah Taylor has 16, Blake Uyama 17, and Nick Ochoa has 18. 1-0 on Seidler out of Oakmont High. The pitch hits it into right field. Is it going to get down? No, the right fielder comes in, gets it on the line. That's Nico Regino out there. Got it about knee height out in right field for the first out. So Josiah Taylor coming to the plate. So Seidler hit that one to right field. I thought it might get him down in front of Regino, but Nico came on and made the catch. 1 down, and here's Josiah Taylor, 228 on the season. 2 home runs, 16 batted in. He faces Seth Tomczak. A little blooper out toward shortstop. 1 hop to Cordell Brown. He barehands it, throws to first, and they called him out at first. Fine play by Cordell Brown at short. Couldn't get it in the fly, so he waited and had to barehand it, gunned it across the diamond, and got Josiah Taylor by an 1/8 of a step, perhaps, for the second out. Here's Michael Grialva.
Left fielder Michael Grijalva.
Michael steps in out of Ponderosa High. He is a sophomore, hitting 239. The Beaver left fielder. So a fly to right and a bloop grounder to shortstop, the first 2 outs here in the second. And Tomczak delivers right down the middle for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Blake Uyama on deck, hopefully, to come to the plate this inning. Grialva takes down the dirt again. So he is ahead in the count. Sophomore out of Ponderosa High, 6'1". Pretty much the permanent, everyday, every game left fielder for the Beavers this year, at least in the time we've been here. Here's the 2-0 from Tomczak. Michael swings and misses at a fastball. Makes the count 2-1. We're in number 35. Facing Seth Tomczak. Swung on foul back to the screen, so evening the count at 2-2. Kind of different styles here, as Michael Grialva showing pants leg down to the knee, showing the stirrup, showing the entire stirrup. And then Blake Uyama on deck, who's pulled the pants down all the way to his shoes and doesn't show any sock. So, I mean, these kids today, you know, you got to follow what you feel. Here's the 2-2 coming up. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Call strike 3. So 1-2-3 again for the Beavers in the second. After 2, it's Delta 2, American River nothing.
You're listening to Beavers Baseball right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Top of the third, top of the order for the Mustangs against Tyler Quintanilla. That means Cordell Brown, Nico Regino, and Kieran Davis. As he throws the last warm-up pitch to Tyler Quintanilla, we're ready to go here in the top of the third. 2 runs for the Mustangs in the the top of the second. They lead it 2-0. 6 up, 6 down for the Beavers hitters against Seth Tomczak. Cordell came in at 309, and he flied to center field. Actually lined to center field his first time up. Got ahead in the count. Got a 3-1 pitch and lined it to center, but right at Dominic Ott. So he is 0 for 1 so far today. Leads the league in stolen bases. So obviously you're trying to keep him off the bases. Left-hand hitting shortstop. Made a good play in the bottom of the second, barehanding a ball. Shows bunt and takes it for a strike. Got Josiah Taylor at first by just a whisker. Regino on deck and then Davis here in the top of the third. Cloudy day, overcast a little bit. Next pitch is hit high in the air to center field again. Ott's right in the same place and reaches up for the same result. So 1 down here quickly in the third, and Nico Regino comes up. He flied to center in the first as well.
Number 24, right fielder Nico Regino.
He's from Franklin High in Oak Grove. Right-handed hitter, playing right field today. 2 home runs, 15 batted in, coming in. 340 was his average. He is 0 for 1. Slightly open stance from the right side against Quintanilla. Fastball right down the middle. 0-1 on Nico. Kieran Davis on deck. Quintanilla working, as always, from the stretch. 3-4 with a 3.53 ERA this season for the Beavers. Big breaking ball is in there for a strike. 0-2 might have been the 2 best pitches Tyler's thrown all day. Fastball and then a breaking ball. He's ahead in the count 0-2. 1 out here in the third. Mustangs lead it 2-0. Taking time getting the sign from Drake Rossi. Now Tyler's ready to go. Hit sharply back over the mound up the middle. Picked up by Taylor at short over to first. Really good play by Kevin Taylor. Going far to his left, getting the ball by second and throwing it on the run to first base and barely getting Regino for the out. So a web gem from Kevin Taylor. That's what a pitcher needs. And here is Kieran Davis, the first baseman, with 2 outs here in the third. Kieran flied out to left his first time. He comes in at 330 and 3 home runs, 29 batted in. From Tracy, California. Really excellent play there by Kevin Taylor. Fastball's hit high in the air, right center field. Josiah Taylor is on the move, seems to be calling it. Ott comes over, but Taylor makes the play. So good inning for Tyler Quintanilla, 1-2-3 at the end of 2.5. It's Delta 2, America River nothing.
Now back to Beavers baseball on Stones Radio Networks.
And back to Beaver Field, bottom of the third. Mark the Phantom Low here, along with Stones McCoy. We bring you the American River College Beavers hosting San Joaquin Delta College Mustangs. The Mustangs lead it right now 2-0. Their pitcher is Seth Tomczak. He's retired. All 6 of the batters he's faced, 4 of them via the strikeout. He goes up against Blake Uyama, Drake Rossi, and Nick Ochoa. 7, 8, and 9 for American River College. Blake at .295 on the season, 1 home run, 7 batted in. One of the players that Coach Jay was counting on and who missed some time with injury, but he's been back a couple of games now. He's taken on second base today, usually at third. And he faces Tomczak. Down in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Cole Santander behind the plate for the Mustangs. Uyama, Rossi, Ochoa, and hopefully Kevin Taylor. 1-0 pitch coming up from Tomczak. Hit sharply out. Big hop towards Cordell Brown, who has it. Takes a couple of steps, couple of shuffles, throws it across the diamond for the out. One small hop and then a big one out to Cordell Brown. So Uyama is retired 6-3. And here is Drake Rossi, the catcher. Drake at 200 for the season. Out of Temecula Valley, just a freshman. He and Christoph Swanson do most of the catching, if not all the catching, for the Beavers this year. And Drake steps in. One out here in the third. Tomczak from the windup. Right down the middle for a call strike. He's ahead in the count. It's 0-1. San Joaquin Delta 14-5. With the game left, besides today, of course, tomorrow down in Stockton against the Beavers, and then a 3-game series against Santa Rosa to finish it. There's another pitch right down the middle for a strike, 0-2. So it doesn't look like that the Mustangs will be in any danger of falling out of the top 2 spots, so they will automatically advance. But you know they want that number 1 slot. They're just a game behind Folsom Lake College. Clouds move aside. We got sun at the plate, and we got a cloud on the mound. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 5th strikeout for Seth Tomczak, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter. That's Nick Ochoa. Out of Seegerstorm High School in Santa Ana, California. Nick is playing third base, batting in the 9 spot today, number 44. 215 on the season. He's got 18 runs batted in, leads the Beavers. Up here, though, with not an RBI situation right now, trying to get on base to be the first Beaver to reach base. Shows bunt, and it is in there for a strike. Got third baseman Zach Meddings coming in just a little bit, but no bunt attempt was made. Seth Tomczak out of Jackson, California, Argonaut High School, a small school with a powerhouse sports program. Here's the 0-1. Down in the dirt. 1-1 on Nick Ochoa. Kevin Taylor, the top of the order on deck, trying to get a spot, trying to get a shot this inning. Kind of shake things up here as it's 2-0 in favor of the Mustangs. Fastball is on the outside corner, call strike 2. 1-2 on Nick Ochoa. Steps out, takes a couple of practice swings. One of the fans goes, "Let's go," which I think is going to help. A wonderful addition. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, got him on strikes. So another 1-2-3 inning for Tomczak. We're through 3, and San Joaquin leads this one 2-0.
Coming up, more Beavers baseball right here on Stone's Radio Networks.
Top of the fourth, Beavers trail this one 2-0. It's going to be Josh Pernetti, Cole Santander, and Zach Mennings, 4, 5, and 6 for the Mustangs here in the fourth against Tyler Quintanilla, who's only given up 2 hits, but they were both in the second inning. One of them was Josh Pernetti, who leads this inning off. He singled to open the bottom of the second, or top of the second. Later scored on a ground out by Tomlinson. And here's Pernetti from Sirius High School. 354 coming in, has that base hit under his belt, so let's bump that up a few points. 1 home run, 14 batted in on the season. Left-handed hitting DH against the right-hander Tyler Quintanilla. Chopped down towards first, but foul. Bryce Seidler picks it up, returns it to his lawful owner, who is Quintanilla, and we go back to an 0-1 count on Josh Pernetti. Cole Santander, the catcher, to follow. Top of the fourth, 2-0 in favor of the Mustangs. So far, Seth Tomczak has been the story, 9 up and 9 down against the big right-hander for the Beavers. 0-1 pitch on the way from Quintanilla. It is just a little bit outside, 1-1. Tyler from the stretch as always against the left-handed Pernetti. Outfield pretty much straight away. Grijalva allowing a little bit toward left center. 1-1 pitch coming from Tyler. Waved out and missed on an off-speed pitch. 1-2 to Josh Pernetti. Zaya Taylor is in right. Dominic Ott is in center. Michael Grijalva over there in left field. Infield is Ochoa at third. Taylor at short. Uyama at second and Bryce Seidler at first. Drake Rossi behind the plate for the Beavers today. And here's the 1-2 from Quintanilla. It's high and outside. 2-2 on Josh Pernetti. Six conferences in Northern California. The first 2 teams in each conference automatically go to the playoffs, and there are 6 at-large berths. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Good pitch by Quintanilla. His second strikeout of the day. That will bring up the catcher, Cole Santander, who was hit by a pitch his first time and later scored.
10, the catcher, Cole.
So 6 at-large berths are available. Coach Jay, we talked to him last week. He thought perhaps the Big 8 Conference could grab 3 of those 6 because strength of schedule is paramount in determining those other teams. And the Big 8 Conference being one of the strongest in the state, much less Northern California. First one is in there by Quintanilla. 0-1 on Cole Santander. Cole at 351 on the season, 4 home runs, 33 batted in. One of 6 of the Delta starters today in the top 20 in batting average of the Big 8 Conference. That's a breaking ball, just misses. Good job by Santander. Check swing held up. 1-1. But when you're 14-5 and 25-9 overall, you're going to have some hitting. You're going to have some pitching, and that's what we're seeing today. Here's the pitch. Fastball right down the middle. Like maybe Santana was guessing off speed, didn't get it. Got a fastball down the middle. It's 1-2 in California. Casa Grande High School. 1-2 from Tyler Quintanilla. Breaking balls hit sharply into left field for a base hit by a diving Nick Ochoa over at third. So breaking ball stayed up just a little bit, and Santander hit it into left field for the third hit of the game for the Mustangs, and that'll bring up Zach Mennings, the third baseman, hitting in the number 6 spot. Zach at 360 coming in, but took a call third strike his first time, so he is 0 for 1. He does have 3 home runs. He does have 31 batted in for San Joaquin Delta this year. Santander, reaching for the second time, was hit by a pitch the first time, and he hit a pitch that time, hit it hard right past third. Throw over to first base, and Santander is back underneath. The umpire took a look. I've never seen him actually kind of get down and look at ground level for a second and then signaled a safe call. Santander, not that much of a lead over at first base, but Quintanilla taking his time getting a sign. Now he looks over there. to the plate. The pitch is hit sharply but foul past third base down the line. So it is 0-1 on Zach Meddings. Meddings showed bunt a couple times his first time up because he had two runners on and nobody out, but eventually struck out. Zach out of Elk Grove, California. Franklin High, don't want to make that mistake. Look over at first and a throw over to first again, and this time Santander stands up and gets in there, and the umpire immediately calls safe. Didn't have to get a better angle or anything on that one. Quintanilla to the plate. Nice looking pitch, but down a little bit low. Two balls and one strike. I think it's 2-1. They sneak pitches in when I'm not looking all the time, though. Santander again, short lead at first, but Quintanilla paying a lot of attention over there. To the plate, breaking ball, beautiful pitch in there for a strike. That's the same pitch that Meddings took for a called third strike his first time up, so I think it's 1-2, not 2-2, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sometimes they sneak in pitches on me. Sometimes I just add them. I just think a pitch would have been nice. That would have been nice to have another strike. Okay, good. Chopper out towards second, handled by second, over to third, second, one back to first, double play. So Yayama at second, over to short, Kevin Taylor, over to first for the double play, 4, 6, and 3, no runs, 1 hit, nobody left. At the end of 3 1/2, San Joaquin leads this one 2-0.